Brittany, I work with small businesses on a day in, day out basis. I cover Eastern Shore, I cover Virginia Beach, and after meeting with small businesses, like I said, on a day in, day out basis, I see three common objectives and concerns that are on the top of a small business owner's mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use my pen and pad here to kind of give you an illustration. I don't know if you're like me, a visual helps me.
Definitely.
So I'm going to kind of draw this down and I'll give it to you afterwards. So the first one that I see is cash management. And you have to bear with me. I don't have the best handwriting and I'm not the best artist, but I think we'll work.
It's okay.
So cash flow management. The next one is people management. I'm going to draw a happy person here. That's people management. And the last one is risk management. Now, which one of these would you say, being a small business owner, would be on the top of your mind today?
Definitely cash flow is always at the top of my mind.
Sure. Why do you say that?
Because I'm a small business, cash is everything to my company.
Sure. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear this every day. And you're not the only small business owner, and I'll kind of throw some statistics out here in a few minutes to let you know that you're not the only small business owner with the same concern. And that's ultimately why I'm here today. I want to ask you a few questions, just get a better understanding of your business. I'll tell you a little bit about ADP, and I'll offer a recommendation around your concerns, and if it makes good business sense, I'll ask for your business today. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, well, from my experience working with small business owners, I kind of want to get a better understanding of where your business falls. I mean, there's 4 main categories that a business kind of fits in,
Okay.
and the first one is startup. And this is basically you just open the doors, you just got your product in the marketplace, you're just trying to make some money. The next one is survival. Okay, and this is an important phase for a business. This is where a lot of small businesses get stuck. Okay, this is where you're trying to keep those doors open. You're trying to keep your product in the marketplace. Okay? So ultimately just trying to keep the door open. The next phase is takeoff. This is an exciting phase. You're just, how can I grow my business? Maybe I can buy the local competitor in the market, or maybe I can add a new product to the product line. Just how can I grow my business? It's exciting. And the last one is success, which I'm sure that's where you want to be, right?
Yes, that's definitely an exciting thought.
Exactly, that's where we all want to be, but at the same time, a lot of people don't think about with success. The more success you experience, the more is at risk. Okay, the more employees you hire, the more products you have, the more companies you acquire, you're just adding more risk to your plate, so it's still an important phase. And so based off these categories, which one do you think you fall in?
Definitely survival.
Survival? Okay, and I can understand, but why do you specifically say survival?
Well,
what's going on?
We're definitely not in startup anymore, I don't think, because we've hired some employees. There are 8, including myself now, and we are still trying to keep the doors open. I mean,
Sure.
We're never not trying to keep the doors open, but we are growing and we are in a good spot. So we've definitely,
well, that's
we're
exciting.
doing well. We're just focused on that cash.
Sure, and I'm going to give you a couple of stats, like I said I would before. It's going to make you hopefully find a little comfort in you're not the only small business owner with these same concerns. And the first one I'm going to give you, and I'm just going to write them up here. 48% of small business owners say cash flow is their number one concern, which I'm sure you can relate with that. And I'm surprised personally, just from my experience, that it's not higher than that. I think 48 would be conservative. So cash flow is the main concern. I'll just put main concern. The next statistic I want to share with you would be, and as a small business owner, do you have an HR department or do you wear that hat as well?
No, I'm the HR department.
Okay, so then you'll relate with this one as well. Basically, most businesses, the business owner spends 58% of their time doing administrative duties. Would that be accurate for you?
At least.
Yeah, so you'd like to find more time to focus on your core business instead of administrative duties like the rest of us?
Absolutely.
And you'll have to ask my boss, she makes me do a lot of administrative duties. bank recaps and all this stuff like that.
My goodness.
But ultimately it pays off eventually. So 58% of the time, I'm just gonna put HR admin. Okay, I'll just put time spent. You're supposed to laugh when I mention my boss. And this part here, the next one is, so 7 out of 10 businesses, this is from the Department of Labor. Department of Labor says 7 out of 10 businesses are out of compliance. Now, if you think about that, so I'll put out of compliance. And the average small business pays $650 a fine a year. So as a small business in the survival phase, what would $650, and that's just the average. I've seen it go up to as much as, from personal experience, $275,000. That's a complete opposite end of the spectrum. But what would a fine mean to your business right now?
Depending on the size of it, I mean, no fine is good, but any fine could be significant and detrimental even.
Yeah, and I completely understand that. I mean, sometimes compliance can even mean potentially jail time. I mean, no one wants to deal with that, especially some young, good-looking people like we are. The last statistic I want to give you, and this is an important one as you're trying to get out of the survival phase, is 1 out of 4 employees are going to leave their current company this year. Okay, if you think about that, so who is your right-hand man or lady that helps you do everything, keeps the ball rolling for your company? Who would that be?
Definitely Megan.
Megan. So what would you do if Megan came to you right after this meeting and says, you know what, Brittany, I've enjoyed working for you, but Widget, Acme right down the street said they're going to pay twice as much as you're offering me. How would you feel about that?
I don't know how I feel. I mean, I know I would be devastated because she's a valued employee, but also I know that my business could not function without her.
Sure. And again, I can completely understand. I mean, this is what I hear on a day-in-day basis. So, and that's kind of ultimately, like I said, why we're here today. ADB can give you the tools to kind of navigate along these different phases of business and help you do it smoothly. And the first one, we give you the tools to manage your cash flow. Ultimately, cash flow is one of the most important things in business. Cash flow is one of the main reasons why businesses go out of business. And we can help you manage your cash flow. We give you the tools to manage your human resource solutions. And how are you going to keep your employees engaged and satisfied so they're not shopping around for the next best opportunity?
Yeah.
Here is compliance. We offer you the tools so you can stay in compliance and ultimately minimize your risk. If you're minimizing your risk, you're also going to protect your cash flow. Does it make sense?
Definitely.
And ultimately, we're going to do all of these for you through our technology, which is innovative and integrated with all of our solutions. And you should be getting excited.
I am so excited.
Because we're getting there. So, ultimately, this kind of sums up kind of what we do for a small business. We give you the tools, manage your cash flow, manage your people, and minimize your risk. So what do you think?
I think you've drawn it out perfectly, and I'm definitely interested in partnering with ADP to
Sign right here. That's the complete package.